The father of modern manufacturing was Frederick W. Taylor, with an idea called the factory. The model was simple. Everything was a widget, including the people that worked there. All optimised for efficiency, mass production at minimum cost. It defined Western society, but resulted in a world with average products designed for average people. The future of manufacturing is now one where creativity is king, and bespoke design comes at a reality via digital fabrication, 3D printing, and consumer-first design principles. This episode, we explore the future of manufacturing with Australia's #1 authority on 3D printing, Matt Minion. So, the future of manufacturing, it's gone through massive and radical change. I think we started out with the factory, which is powered by people, and now we've got incredible tools available to us, which is why you're here today, Matt. Just give us a quick rundown on what did 3D printing look like 7 years ago?
It was purely for high-end companies who were doing prototyping, getting their product to market, and that was about it back in the day. So we're now production manufacturing parts for people across Australia, New Zealand and into Asia Pacific as well.
And it's fair to say this is still the beginning?
Very early days. So we're talking about low volume production manufacturing today. Later this year and into 2020, we'll be looking at high volume manufacturing, all done on a 3D printer.
Matt mentioned bureau was a way to describe the business. Isn't that a fascinating way to sort of frame up?
The idea of bureau and things being distributed, I think, is a theme in all areas of technology in the future. Everything was so centralised for so long. We basically have literally been living inside a factory in the world for the last 200 years. The world is a factory, right? One size fits all. Hope you like it. You know, it's like we're going to make this one thing as many as possible, as quick
Everyone
as
eats
possible.
white bread.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. But as we move to microcomputers, what you have is a malleable marketplace where we design a product, being the computer, and now a 3D printer where it can do anything. This decentralization in a bureau means that instead of having one big centralized factory, every 3D printer, I guess, is a factory in some capacity, and it removes that idea of all these people on the production line where it's really tough for Australia to compete.
The logistics of having 50 components that have to get manufactured in different countries around the world, these are all costs, ongoing costs that businesses experience. So if you've got a bunch of quality 3D printers that can manufacture parts just as well and if not better, and do it locally, then imagine having one machine that kind of does everything for you.
It's obviously quite appealing to bring it home.
Yeah, we still keep our labour costs low because we've got a 3D printer that's manufacturing for us, but that gives Australian businesses a competitive advantage in a global marketplace.
What does that mean? Like, which industries are thriving now? I mean, if you want something bespoke for you.
One in particular standout is the medical industry. So hip replacements, knee replacements, jaw surgery. We 3D print titanium components that get inserted into the human body and live there for the rest of their lives. So that's very bespoke, that's one-off.
It feels like there's a revolution in manufacturing where manufacturing all of a sudden becomes for us. Why are we making this stuff? And who are we making it for? And how can we make one size fit one, not one size fits all?
What are the limitations for this technology?
Cost and speed. But today, with the new evolution of systems coming out, particularly in metal, a part that would fit in the palm of my hand may take 12 components to print in 24-hour period. We're now seeing machines that are being released today that can print 560 of those same parts in the one day. So that is on the tipping edge of changing.
It's funny, isn't it? We've been doing the radar report across 6 different industries and each of them have an exponential curve in them.
So we've got to stop thinking in incremental improvements, because all of a sudden something that seemed really far away, you know, in a year you go, wow, I need to reconsider that as something that we can do.
Yeah, the changes are enormous. One of the things that I think is a great action for every manufacturing company to do is just stand back and look at your entire manufacturing chain, all of the points, and just do an audit of what could be updated, automated or outsourced. I think that you can interrogate every element and find efficiencies there for sure. Have you got any ideas, Matt?
Businesses should be looking at their logistics and supply chain, and the way they're doing things at the moment can be laborious and time consuming and very costly to get things done. So if you're able to use a technology that enables you to design in one country, manufacture in another and supply in that country, to take away the logistics and the supply chain issues can be a very big cost saving to business.
What do you reckon, Sema?
Well, I think that digital fabrication technology, whether it's automation, 3D printing, it's going to remove the price advantage that we see with low-cost labour markets. That's going away. Australia and New Zealand, we can compete with anyone now as we digitise. So start thinking about the global markets you can serve.